Okay, what is up everybody? Unrested here. It is late on an Osaka night. I've just put the kids to bed. You may hear them cry a little bit in the background because that tends to be their little thing. They don't really want to ever go to bed and aren't too happy when I finally do send them, but alas, it is that time. 8:30 for tiny babies. Anyway, as you can see behind me here, I've done a little bit of additions to the giant wall of collections back here. I don't know how well you can see it right now. I got a lot more lit up. I got a new light up back here to kind of host some more of the stuff that I've got over here. A new Oni mask. I've got all different types of Gundam. A brand new, I don't know if you can see it here. I don't know, I can't get back there that well. New Satoshi figure. Not Ash, it's Satoshi, because it's Japan. And this is a really cool one. It's not lit very well, so I don't know how well I can show it to you. But check this thing out here. This is a evolution bracelet. If I can get it out of here without pushing it behind and then losing it. Hold on a second. Come on, work with me, bud. Work with me. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Check this out. Pew! I'm gonna evolve my Pokemon, and look, you can see it show up on the wall there. You see it? There you go. And that's what it does if you want to see, like, right into it. It's got the little evolution symbol on it and stuff. I don't know, can you... No, I guess you probably can't see that. It's actually activated. I'm not quite sure how this works. You stick your finger in there and I guess something like within your electrolytes activates it, because that's about as much as I can figure out about science. And by that I mean I'm probably 100% wrong that electrolytes activated it. I got some more stuff here. I got a signed picture by Baby Metal. That's kind of cool. I've got a few little tiny deformed Gundam down here added on to my collection, and a bunch more other stuff. I'll go over it some other time when I do kind of a collection update. Anyway, let me cut to the gist of this whole reason for making a new JVLOG. So, anyway, the new JVLOG, the whole thing that I'm hoping to get into with this episode of JVlogging is the fact that our scene here, as far as being JVloggers or vloggers in general, here in Japan as YouTubers, is starting to blow up a little bit. It's starting to get a little bit bigger, and there's reasons behind that. I would have to say, number one, and I'm gonna go ahead and give him props where they're due, Tokyo Sam headed up the recent Hanami 2014 Osaka party, and he did a fabulous job. I think, and you know, correct me in the comments down below if you think I'm wrong, some bigger names in the JVlogging community put him up to that, thinking, well, you know, Tokyo Kuni's out of here for reasons that he doesn't want to disclose, quote unquote, or reasons he wants to cite, quote unquote. And so the person who had to take it over was Sam, because Victor actually asked him to take it over. That's Give Me a Break Man, if you don't know who that is. Give Me a Flake Man. And that's cool. Props to Victor for doing that. But I have to say, some bigger names out there probably didn't think Sam was going to handle it as well as he did. I think a lot of people see Tokyo Sam as someone who doesn't have his shit together due to his wild on-air personality. But if you judge people by the personalities that we display on YouTube, then your entire perception of us is completely fucked up. You know, my whole thing is I get on here, I tell some really horrific, scary stories, some wild life stories about my time here in Japan. So if people imagine that on my off time when I'm not making these videos, I tell the same stories to like my children and my wife and like everyone I meet on the street, well then you are insane and you don't understand what an online or a TV personality is. Not saying that I'm any kind of great TV personality or even have the professional level of some of those hosts and people like that out here, but I'm just saying that's what I'm attempting to do. And I'm doing the best with what skills I have. If some people find it enjoyable, great, but if some people think my own disposition is what they perceive online, then they're sadly mistaken. They need to get their brain checked real quick. So that's the thing that people, I think, did with Sam, is they went ahead and gave him this perception of, oh, he's the guy who always says hookers and blow. He's the guy who's just talking shit all the time, and fucking, I can't imagine a guy like that putting together a major organized event. Well, guess what? It happened, and he did great, and he did awesome. He put together an awesome event. It went really well. And on top of that, now he's starting up Tokyo events, Tokyo YouTube events, which is pretty freaking awesome. He's put up a Facebook site, and you need to go check it out. I'll put a link down below. And if you're in Tokyo, you need to go ahead and, at the very least, sign up just to check out what the hell is going on. Even if you're not a JVLOG YouTuber, you hate YouTube, you hate the internet, you're a Luddite who bashes computers with a bone, check it out. Although if you're Luddite, I'm not really sure how you're doing that. Maybe with your abacus connected to lemons. Anyway, check that out, sign up, see what you can do that interests you, that you want to help out with, or maybe something you just want to show up at or make an appearance at, because we'd love to have you. We'd love to meet more people out here. And that's the same thing we're going to try and start up soon with Osaka as well. Now, I'm not saying I'm the master of all events that ever happen here in Osaka, but one thing I am going to try and start up and make sure I maintain is I'd like to have one event every season. Now, as you know, we're a smaller group here. We don't have as many people to join the parties that we do have, therefore we're spread pretty thin when we do have any kind of event. So we can't have quite as many as Tokyo does. Maybe one day, maybe one day. You know, the gaijin population is growing, the popularity of YouTube within Japan and actual Japanese people using YouTube is starting to grow slowly. But still not quite as popular with Japanese people, especially those who can't speak English are sometimes intimidated by these kind of events and parties because they think they have to speak perfect English or any English at all, which you really don't. You really don't. If you are a Japanese person watching right now and somehow you understand what I'm saying even though you don't speak English, you're more than welcome to come out. No one's going to judge you on that. I speak Japanese poorly. Mada yokunai. Sumimasen. Demo boku wa ganbatte issho ni ganbarimashou. Right? Let's do our best together. So that's the big thing is I want to make sure that the Tokyo events and the new Osaka events that will start to happen every season, and by every season I mean, you know, spring, summer, fall, and winter. I don't know why I suddenly couldn't remember just 4 seasons. And I want everybody to come out. The people that I just said included, like, as far as people who don't have a YouTube account, people who are afraid of speaking English, people who are afraid to speak Japanese. If you're a gaijin and you think, oh, but my Japanese skills aren't so good. Don't worry, there'll be every level there and everything you can imagine in between as far as people who can speak and can't speak Japanese. There will be people who show up there that are just visiting on a tourist visa and haven't learned how to even say, like, watashi no namae wa Skoto desu. You know, they haven't even learned to say, like, sumimasen, eki wa doko desu ka? You know, like, they're just barely learning, or maybe they don't need to learn, because, let's be honest, if you're here for 3 months, what's the point in learning the entire country's language? I really only see that as a lifetime move event that you would really want to do that for. But that's what I want to try and issue a decree for you to come and check out Tokyo events on the Facebook site, and when it's launched, and it will be launched soon, and I'll make another whole announcement and video, is one for the Osaka events as well. And I want you to look for every season. The next one coming up is obviously going to be summer, because we just had our Hanami one, which I would consider our spring event. And that's probably going to happen, this is what we're guessing right now, probably September. Now, some of you are like, well, Scott, is that still summer even? I mean, well, okay, so here's the thing. If we have an event in summer, it would have to be indoors. I don't know how many of you know this, but Osaka is insanely hot. If we tried to have some kind of event where people were drinking outdoors in the middle of July, there might be casualties. Let's put it that way. I don't recommend you stay outside for long periods of time drinking, and that tends to be what happens at these parties. A lot of people are drinking. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We do it appropriately. I think we handle ourselves very well. There's never been any incidents or anything horrible go down that I know of. Again, if there are things that have happened, go ahead, list those in the comments or send me some emails. I love gossip. I love gossip. But that's the reasoning behind September. Of course, then we're going to have one for fall, winter, and spring again, which would probably be the Hanami one. Winter one, we're going to try and probably have before December, because a lot of people leave to go back to their home country around that time. Fall, not really too sure yet when that's going to be. Probably the same time we had the Osaka fall event last year. So we'll check into that. Anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and throw all this out there. It's a lot of information to consume and digest all at once, but it's the blink of a horizon about to just come flooding towards you. This huge Tokyo Osaka cityscape of new Gaikokujin Japanese and YouTube mixed events. And that's what I want to go ahead and try and just start to promote. You know, we don't need full YouTube backing behind it. You know, for the most part, they do tend to support these type of things that we do. They don't really usher any kind of pay or fee or, you know, any kind of assistance in this type of stuff. And as long as we keep it a positive message and, you know, don't trash the name of YouTube or, you know, people making videos here, they tend to support it quite a bit. And sometimes they do end up sponsoring us, which is kind of like, you know, dumb luck in the end. If that does happen later down the line, great. But it's definitely not going to happen if we don't try to take things into our own hands and control it ourselves and make something of these events and our small community. If we don't try to build it up, then it never really will be much of a community, and that's kind of what it is right now. It's kind of a small, not really well known, not really well connected community, and every time I meet people here at these different ones, all they talk about is how much they had wanted to come out and meet everyone, and they just didn't know when was the right time. People tell me about how they're nervous, they're intimidated, they're scared to meet some of us as JVloggers, which, let me tell you, we are the most ordinary, boring, non-celeb, down-to-earth, salt of the earth, the greatest people you will ever meet. No, we're pretty boring in real life. We're not really that exciting. You know, we'll do our best to entertain you because we're used to it, but we're pretty humble, I'd have to say, in the most part. But let's go ahead and start it here with this video. Let's start to get some stuff together. If you like anything you hear today in this video that you would like to help out with, that you'd like to maybe get along with me as far as setting up something in the future, or you have ideas, or you have gear you want to go ahead and donate to having things like a PA system at a certain event, or helping setting up a stage, or you have cameras that you want to set up there, or you want to record a video in a certain way, or edit something at the end to make more out of the event, or flyer it, post it, get it out there, let me know, contact me, and look for me on Facebook, add me on there, add the Tokyo events, and look for the future Osaka events to come. Until next time, I'm Unrested. This is JVlog.